First of all, this was a filmed show. One of the very few shows that was one camera film at that time. Nearly every show was 3-camera tape or three-camera film. As a result, we didn't spend a lot of time on the stage because they'd shoot a scene, go on. I mean, there was no continuity. I personally was not that close to Marlo. Saul was. Saul is absolutely wonderful with actors. I am hardly tolerant with them. And although we didn't have arguments, and I think we respected each other's work, but as I say, Saul was the one that was friendly even on a social basis with Marlo. I liked her, but all right, I'll give you I'll make some confessions. We're talking about the 60s, 66, I think. Marlo owned the show. Marlo was the boss. I was not comfortable at that time with a woman being my boss. I know that's awful, and I've regretted it ever since. And I'm sorry I just confessed, if you want to know the truth. But that's honestly how I felt. Maybe a little bit of the way I was brought up or the Canadian way of doing things, I don't know. I fortunately got over that very quickly and worked with many great women who own shows, Diane English, Eve Branstein. But that was one of my problems on the show. However, I loved doing that girl because it was the first show that made an effort to show that a woman could make it on her own in the big city. And to this day, ladies come up to me and say, you did that girl, boy, I remember that show. That's when I decided to get a job, and that's when I decided to go out on my own. And so in some ways, I guess it did some good stuff.
Did Marlo have input on each of the scripts?
Yes. I don't know how, and I'm saying yes quickly. If she didn't like the storyline, she would say so. Often she wouldn't say so until they were sort of in rehearsal or shooting. Say, I think this scene is not going to end, we would rewrite it. But she knew her stuff. I mean, this was a very smart lady and a very good actress, I think, for the time particularly and the style of show we were doing. But I give her big marks.